I will never be a memory.
And what's going on, Read My Lips people? We are back. So happy Iowa Caucus Eve. Yeah. Happy Super Bowl. All the above. Happy hashtag Pepsi halftime show. All the above. So, just because it's Super Bowl season doesn't mean the Yang train stops. So a couple things I wanted to speak about. Do you guys remember Ken Bone? Ken Bone became very famous during the 2016 election. Look, Yang's got a lot of endorsements, but ain't none of them fucking with Ken Bone's endorsement. The Ken Bone has come out in favor of Andrew Yang. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the buck stops here. We don't need anybody else. Dave Chappelle, Ken Bone, that's it. We're done. We got this shit in the bag. But Ken Bone, he went viral after asking a question at 2016, or during the 2016 presidential race. He posted on Twitter today, I believe, that he would put humanity first. He's adopting humanity first. And he goes on to quote, "You guys know I don't endorse candidates, except for when I do. I'm fully on board. Hashtag Yang Gang all the way. Iowa, we need you. Tomorrow at 6:30, we can make this a caucus to remember." Look, I just think that was pretty cool. I remember Ken Bone and how he sort of went viral during that election period, and it's not something that you can force. Like a lot of companies and a lot of people, they try to force virility. Like you can't force that. Like it was just completely natural. People loved what he was wearing, and it just happened. And so I love little things like this. The fact that Ken Bone is Yang Gang. So that's pretty cool. How many followers? He's got like 3K hearts on that post. So that's pretty dope. As a matter of fact, I got the video here.
Hey, Iowa, this is Ken Bone. And I don't put this thing back on for just anybody, but I did it for you, and I did it for a candidate I really care about. And that, of course, is somebody who's going to put humanity first. Somebody who's willing to compromise to get things done without compromising their principles. Somebody who's willing to think about tomorrow's problems without putting aside the problems that we all face in our lives every day. And that, of course, is Andrew Yang. So, Yang Gang, especially Yang Gang in Iowa, I'm pleading with you. Get out to your caucus locations tomorrow, February 3rd at 6:30, and let's get this thing done. Let's get Andrew Yang to the next level.
So, since we're on the subject of, endorsements and things along those lines, Fatboy Sse sort of did a day in the life of the Freedom Dividend. And he was in Harlem. My man's was passing out $1,000 a pop to people in the streets. Listen, that's how you get shit done. It doesn't get more grassroots, it doesn't get more in your face than that. You're literally in Harlem, you're literally in the hood, you're literally going face to face with people and banging out 1K a pop. Man, I mean, I don't know if you guys understand. I'm sure a lot of you do, but there were a lot of people who probably needed that 1K. More than you can imagine. And for Fatboy Sse to come out and do that, a lot of people ask me till this day, what can Yang do to help get the black vote? And celebrity endorsements like Dave Chappelle and Childish Gambino definitely help. Fatboy Sse doing this is also something that will help incredibly, because a lot of African Americans want to know what you're going to do for them. right? Okay, I got what you want to do as a whole for people, but they want to know what you want to do for them. And I also said I would speak on one of the things I feel will help African Americans out the most. Look, when it comes to healthcare, the people that suffer the most, do with this what you will, are African American or women of color in the healthcare system. If you tackle that, if you tackle African American women in the healthcare system, they will undoubtedly be on your side because they are statistically who suffer the most. Again, that's just responding to people asking me, what can Yang do to attract more African American votes? That's something right there. I talk about it with black people all the time, especially when it comes to politics. They are who suffer the most. I'll say it one more time. African American women in the healthcare system. But not to get too off subject. This was dope. And I got clips of it, but I don't know if I can even really show the clips. So, Fatboy Sse, along with bodybuilder NDO champ, recently went to Harlem in New York City to promote Democratic presidential candidate Andrew Yang. The pair walked the streets and handed out wads of $1,000 cash to push Yang's signature campaign proposal, a universal basic income of $1,000 per month for every American adult. The pair brings some Harlem residents to tears throughout the course of their video as they promote Yang's platform and the money it would bring to their community. I believe the original poster of this is Get Yang Bucks. He's around 3,000 subs as well. And I believe it's copyrighted. I believe the video is copyrighted. So I probably can't put it up and get copyright stricken. So I'll have a link to that video in the description. But man, this was dope. I loved seeing this. And look, if you're not familiar with Get Yang Bucks, they have a website as well, getyangbucks.com, where you can go to register to vote. You can find your local polling place, learn when to vote in your state, and you can check to see if you're registered. The Get Yang Bucks website also features a merchandise section with t-shirts featuring Yang-themed artwork as well. So you can hit up that website and, go to town. It's pretty dope. And now Fatboy Sse, as you know, I've seen a lot of articles, say the rapper Fatboy Sse, and he has done music too, but most people know him as a social media celebrity. He's got like 5.5 million subscribers, or followers rather. I'm talking YouTube. 5.5 million followers on Instagram. And he was known for doing comedy skits. He's been in Master P's movie. I got the hook up too. So he's grinded, and this is great for the African American community. This is great, and this is one way to get them focused and eye opened, because it's hard. It's hard. Essentially, you need the African American vote to win, hands down. And man, I always kept saying I wish more African Americans would just listen to Yang and get involved with Yang. And I can only do so much on my end. I can talk and tell people and meet people and tell people, but Fatboy Sse doing this was definitely a checkmate, and I thank him. I thank you if you happen to be watching this. I thank you for doing this. This was dope, and I know this happened a couple days ago, but there was other things that I had to talk about first. So yeah, this was dope. And I hope to see more things like this on Iowa Caucus Eve. How do you guys think it's going to go tomorrow? Let me know in the comment section below. This is crunch time. This is it. This is it. We gotta do this. You guys know that Yang raised like 6.7 mil in the month of January. Like, this dude is on fire. And he did like 1.2 million on January 31st alone. Which is close to that. He had another a haul, which was like 1.3 mil. That was on December 31st. I always say Yang Gang comes through in a clutch. Clutch daddy. We some clutch daddies. We come through in the clutch like last minute, about to fade out. The clock is winding down. Bam! 1.3 mil. Bam! 1.2 mil. Some clutch daddies. We some clutch daddies. That's what it is. 6.7 mil in the month of January. Insanity. Pretty much what's happened is Yang's carried his momentum over from the previous quarter. And that's so dope. And I know at one point, Yang Gang was getting a little worried because Yang Gang was getting a little worried because we weren't exactly hitting the goals we had wanted. Like, listen, we were tapped out after Christmas. After Christmas, it's recovery time. But I knew we still had momentum. Like, things were still happening. And Yang, he's got strength in his grassroots fundraising. So that was dope. Just figured I'd talk about that. What else did I see? I think Yang Unites America was trending on Super Bowl Sunday today. It was trending today. So, and then is it like 40% of people don't vote or some shit like that? He's gonna get people, man. They are going to be in for a rude awakening because Yang's gonna get people to come out and vote that don't come out and vote. He's gonna overperform. I'm telling you. Hear me now, quote me later. He's gonna over-fucking perform. He's gonna overperform. So, be ready. I'm excited. As should you guys. Should be too. And yeah, this was dope. Thank you, Fatboy Sse. Thank you, everybody that pitched in and helped, Yang make 6.7 mil in January and 1.2 mil on the last day of January. I appreciate you. Thank you, Ken Bone. I appreciate you. This is dope. And look, I guess I'll respond to some of you from my last video. Did a video on Chappelle. And, I said to me personally that healthcare was incredibly important. And then I wanted both healthcare and universal basic income. A lot of you were very respectful. Some of you were dickheads. But it's like that in every group. And some of you assumed that when I said healthcare, I meant Bernie Sanders healthcare. Correct me if I'm wrong. Well, isn't there like 4 or 5 ads where Andrew Yang is talking about Medicare for all? I'm simply saying, I want universal basic income and Medicare for all, which is what Yang is projecting, right? This is what he's telling us he wants to give us, right? It's not a crime to want what Yang is saying he wants to give us. I've covered the ads where he's talking about Medicare for all, right? He has ads saying Medicare for all. So there shouldn't be a problem with wanting both universal basic income and Medicare for all. So when I say healthcare, don't assume it's Bernie Sanders healthcare. When I say Medicare for all, don't assume it's Bernie Sanders. Because Andrew Yang literally has ads saying Medicare for all. So, woosah, calm down. And, let me know in the comment section if you think it's wrong to want both. I want both. Call me greedy, I guess. But I definitely want universal basic income. And I want a revamped healthcare system. Which is what Yang is saying he wants to do. I've literally covered interviews of him talking about it. Dr. Oz interview, etc. He wants to give us healthcare, Medicare for all. So, if you think it's a crime for wanting both, then I don't know what to tell you. So yes, I want both. My mind's probably not going to change on that. But one caveat I will give you is, yes, for people that are starving and can't put food on the table, like the non-dickheads pointed out in my comment section, they really don't care about healthcare because they can't put food on the table. So to them, universal basic income is more important. You're right. I can admit when I'm wrong or when I'm off. I wouldn't say I was wrong, but I was off in that circumstance. You're right. If you can't put food on the damn table, you can give two shits about healthcare, and that's where universal basic income comes in. So, kudos to everyone that pointed that out. You are absolutely correct. But we need them both. They're both important. And, this is what Yang promised us. And this is what Yang is telling us and advocating for. So that's what I want. Right? So, and I truly believe he's a man of his word. He's going to try to do both. Why wouldn't he? So, that's pretty much it. I'm going to go watch some Ken Bone shit. No, I'm going to get ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be dope. And, let's see how our guy does. Oh, man. If you like what you see, if you like what you hear, please like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. If you don't, let me know in the comment section why. I'm always down to talk about it. I have a Cash App, a PayPal, and a Venmo link in the description below. Please feel free to donate to the channel. Every little bit helps. Hopefully I'll be talking to you guys soon. Have a good one. Peace.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying